You know how human beings that have human brains and human bodies have human emotions? So we feel anger and fear and joy and gratitude, togetherness. We feel mad, we feel frustrated, feel challenged. And sometimes those feelings are really intense. Sometimes it's confusing about what we're feeling or how we go through to feel and release them. So yesterday I had an interesting experience. I was having an amazing day with so many wonderful clients and teaching yoga and teaching classes and coaching. And about 10 o'clock at night, after a really long, busy, great day, I locked everything in my car. I left my workspace and I put my keys and my purse and my food and my phone all in my front seat, and I hit the unlock button on my car, and the door kind of swung shut and my car went beep, I'm locked. And I went, oh, that was the lock button, not the unlock button. So I didn't have access to my phone. I didn't have access to my money to be able to pay someone to take me home to get my spare key. I didn't have my phone with all of my phone numbers in it. I didn't have my keys to the house, to the car, to anything. So I was okay with that in the moment. Like, I was like, okay, this is something I have to deal with now. It's not my favorite thing, but that's fine. So I won't tell you everything. My friend came and got me. I went home. I ended up, through a series of events, ended up having to break into my house. And to do that, I pulled the sliding glass door up out of its track and pushed it forward and bent some of the kind of flexible, moldable frame forward. So the entire door was out of its place. But it took a lot of strength. It took a lot of strength, and I was squeezing in this teeny tiny space, and it was pressing. Like I have scrapes and bruises on the front of my body from it. I was using so much force. And then we're going to come back to that idea. So remember that. Got my keys, got my car, got home, got the door back on. Everything's fine. Most of the time through this, I was just kind of laughing at myself, like, okay, these things happen. It'll be fine. I deal with them pretty well. And as soon as I got home and everything was fine, I felt like my blood sugar drop. I felt really tired. I hadn't eaten. I was super hungry. I was feeling these things, and I was like, okay, well, it's definitely like the middle of the night now. I went to bed, and I woke up this morning, and I recognized that I actually felt kind of off. I wasn't sure exactly what it was, but I knew that what I wanted was for someone to take care of me. I wanted to be held. I wanted to be nurtured in some way. So what I recognized was that my body was feeling like I had to fight for my safety. And on a body level, that's how it feels. So my brain is saying, hey, we have to fight to get into our home, to have our shelter back on a very primal level. So we are unsafe, and this is a lot of stress. Even though logically, I was like, I'm fine. Like, if nothing else happens, I can just sleep outside on my patio. This is fine. But my body doesn't know that, even though logically I do. So the first thing I did was I labeled that emotion. I said, I feel alone. I feel lonely right now. I feel some trauma. I feel relief that I'm safe. I feel frustration and fear that if that happens again, maybe I wouldn't be able to get help, or I feel uncertain. So I labeled it. And then the second thing I did was I shook my body. And to shake my body today, I went to kickboxing. So I could have danced. I could have gone for a jog. I could have just literally sat there and like shook my body around like that. I went to kickboxing today. I noticed after kickboxing that my muscles, not necessarily from muscle fatigue, I mean, it was a good workout, but this isn't normal for me. They were very shaky, like a nervous shaky that you feel when you have anxiety or after you've done something that was really intense. So my nervous system was kicking in. So that's my body's response as well, to shake, to release some of that, just like animals do in the wild. Then I left kickboxing, so labeled my emotions, shook my body, left kickboxing, noticed now my body was ready to totally feel that emotion. So I felt sadness and I cried. My body response, or my kinesthetic response, was to cry. So I spent not too long, but probably 3 to 5 minutes in my car where there was no reason for it. It came on pretty suddenly and I just sobbed and let it all out and allowed myself to feel that emotion. And again, I labeled it. I feel sad. I feel not necessarily scared, but the aftermath of scared. So I feel relieved. I feel release. I feel needy, like I'm lacking something, or I need to take care of myself. I feel a little uncared for right now. And once I was able to fully feel it, allow myself to cry, allow myself to have that out, then I could think of the things that were soothing. So label the emotion, shake your body, move your body, feel fully. So whatever that release is, whether it's crying, screaming, singing, whatever is primal, breathing heavy, and then soothing. So for me, what's soothing is if I recognize that I didn't have a sweatshirt. What's soothing is to be held. So sometimes I will ask someone for a hug. Sometimes I will take a blanket or a heavy sweater or something. Even though it's not cold out today, I would wrap myself around it so that I can feel the pressure and the touch. I recognize that sometime today I want to spend time in water, whether that's bathing or going to the lake, or even just like putting a mud mask on my face. I want to have that skill as well. I noticed that I want to finish my work. Oh, this truck is getting really loud, so I'm going to move. So I want to finish my work quickly so that I can get to myself and take care of myself. And maybe I won't even do some things, because for me, what's more important is to take care of myself. So if you don't know what those things are for you, because maybe taking a bath isn't the thing for you, maybe kickboxing isn't the thing for you, maybe crying isn't the thing that releases for you, get a coach, contact me, so that you can practice and experience and explore what these things are. The reason why I can move through this process with so much awareness and really quite quickly is because I've practiced so much. And I know that my process, and everyone's process, is going to look a little bit different. When I first started this might have taken me weeks, might have taken me months. There was a time in my life where I never would have recognized what was going on. I just would have been really confused about why I felt this way, because logically it didn't make sense. But now that I know how my body works and how my brain works, and I'm very fluent in my emotions and my process, I can move through them quickly. Because had I not, this emotion and this experience would get stored somewhere in my body. And at some point in time, I would do a stretch, or a similar emotion would come up. It would be triggered by something else, and I would feel it again in the exact same way that I feel it now, maybe even more intensely later on. So there's no way to avoid it or escape it. Thanks for all the love, whoever you are. Hey, if you guys are here, let me know. Say hi, because I can't see you. And that's awesome. So I can feel it now and I can work through it, or I can save it for later and kind of pile it up and have a lot of things to go through. So those are our options. So if you're not sure, that's okay. That's totally normal. Shit. I'm so obsessed with this. Sorry, it went off for a second. Everything, so 4 different parts. Hey, Lori. Physical, mental, hey Hasim, emotional, and then faith. And within those 4 different modules, there's 4 different pieces. So we're going to do slow movement, fast movement. We're going to talk about storing emotions. We're going to talk about setting boundaries. We're going to talk about family dynamics, so stories, interviews, generational trauma. We're going to talk about addiction. We're going to talk about mental health. We're going to talk about anything that you feel like might be standing between you and where you want to go, that's a pattern that you notice is coming up that you want to work through. You could apply this program to. It involves tons of art. The faith piece is all about exploring your own creativity, who you are, who maybe you felt like you were before that you want to get back to. So it's faith in a secular way, no matter what your spiritual beliefs are. We're going to explore those deeper, as well as faith in yourself, as well as faith in the process that things can and do get better and are manageable. So that's Recover. And there's a bunch of stuff that I'm not even saying. So there's group coaching, there's videos, there's journaling every single week, every single module. There's 16 different journaling prompts. There's self-care, 16 different forms of self-care, of soothing care that you can try and figure out what works well for you. You can upgrade to private coaching if you want some one-on-one with me to work that out. So this program is amazing. The landing page is almost done. I'll send it out when it is. But if you want the info right now, just send me a message and I will give it to you. I'm obsessed with it. So if you have questions, either right now or you're watching the recording and you have questions, just comment on them and let me know. I love to talk about this stuff because it's important that we feel and that we move through things so we don't get stuck in it. Because right now, I can tell you, locking my stuff in my car is not that big of a deal. But for my body, it is. Because for my body, I was unsafe. I couldn't get help. I couldn't get back to my shelter. I couldn't get to my food. I couldn't get to my phone, which is important because that's my access to be able to get help if I need it. So for my body, it was a big deal. And to recognize that and be able to move through it so that I'm not holding it on and on in another 10 years, I go, why is this coming up for me again? And it's because I locked my keys in my car one day. Then we need to work on those things. So the process, again, one more time, if you want to write it down. Label your emotions. Shake your body. You can also notice, where do you feel the emotions in your body? Shake your body. Allow yourself to move through the release. So that's the piece of crying, screaming. Usually those are the 2 that come out the most, is the crying and the screaming, the surrender, whatever happens when you surrender to feeling your emotions. And then the soothings to rebuild back to your balance place and loving place and knowing that you're worth all of that and you deserve all of that. So if you have questions about Recover, about this process, about having some individual coaching, about processes that you're moving through, let me know, comment below. I can't wait to talk to you guys more. Happy Friday, happy weekend, happy trauma care and taking care of yourself and moving through and releasing your own emotions. It's really, really a joyous and fun process that will set you free.